Okay then, Helldivers, we've got a lot to talk about today as we are diving in with the FRV vehicle. We've got loads to talk about with regards to that. We've had communications from the development team with regards to what's happening with the skin and how you're going to be able to access it, as well as the connection problems and matchmaking issues that you guys are having currently inside of the game. We've got loads more to cover on top of it, so we're going to give you guys everything that we can today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And as stated yesterday, we're going to be giving away some super credits to get you guys in your war bonds, 3 of them to be exact. So if you want to get involved with it, head down to the comment section, put in a purple heart to celebrate the Illuminate finally returning, and it will announce the winner via the giveaway announcement sector of the Discord, link in the description this weekend. Let's dive on into the game and see exactly what it is that's happening right now. So just to give you guys a really quick PSA for those of you guys who are struggling with the vehicle controls, in the accessibility settings there are a couple of settings that you guys can change, which is the reverse gear, invert throttle, and auto reverse vehicles. This will basically make it so that the gears are no longer really accessible and you are going to be able to reverse and accelerate just as you would in normal games using the triggers on controller or as per usual. This is going to help you guys quite a bit, especially as a lot of you guys are really struggling with the FRV vehicle controls. Moving forward though, with regards to the FRV vehicle, we finally had some clarification of how that's going to be operating. Inside of the Warbond right now, you will notice you have a skin which you cannot apply to your vehicle because it requires a stratagem. Well, the Baskinator actually confirmed that the FRV vehicle will be unlockable soon. The skin is out a bit ahead of time inside of the UL Warbond, but the strat will be unlocked by a major order like we did with the exosuit. So this is going to be absolutely huge, and I cannot wait to actually get my hands on that. And hopefully, you never know, there may even be some more stuff that come alongside it as well. Although, after the bucket load that we received over the last 48 hours, I've got no complaints if nothing comes again for the next few weeks. As well as that, a lot of you guys are experiencing some multiplayer problems. That is in regards to quite a lot of things. With regards to actual matchmaking, it seems to be borderline impossible right now, and I feel the pain on that one, trust me. As well as the connection issues of actually being able to stay inside of a full operation without getting disconnected. Now, at the moment, B Vitamin is doing the research and speaking to the relevant people as to whether there is some internal problems happening. They are going to check as to whether that's going to be a problem. There has been quite a few messages, but this is just one that B Vitamin has stated, that they are all in communications right now, and hopefully we'll see some changes towards the back end of things, helping with the multiplayer and matchmaking situation that we have at hand currently. Next up though, there was a lot that happened over the last few days, and we have given a lot of stick to the Arrowhead team over the last few weeks, maybe even the last month. And it's actually got to have to happen where I put my hands up and apologize quite greatly. We definitely got a lot of this wrong. They have been working in the background. The Baskinator states, it was mostly funny, although it was a little sad when people say mean things like the community team doesn't do anything. We were doing stuff, we just couldn't tell you. Now I'll be the first one, as always, to put my hands up and apologize to the Arrowhead team for stating that they were a little bit lazy in that regard. But they have absolutely smashed this out of the park, and I never thought that I would see the day where an update this big would hit the game and really spin a 180 in the listing. We have not only doubled, tripled, or quadrupled the numbers, but we have pretty much 10 times, if not more, the player base that is currently at hand. With regards to the major order right now, we have obviously got to take out that one Illuminate planet, and we have got to do it quite abruptly. Now, this is a level 96 mission. We are not going to be able to complete this, but this does mean that the Illuminate will be here to stay. We've reached all-time peaks of about 180,000 Helldivers around one planet, and it's been absolutely insane. Even now, there's still like 70,000 players on that planet fighting for Calypso, but unfortunately we are not going to be able to complete that one. Now, I'm not even going to complain and see that as a negative. I'm more than happy for the Illuminate to stay and us not wipe them off the board. With only one day remaining on the major order, it does seem bleak that that one's going to be completed, and for the first time I'm actually really happy about it. Now we're going to take a quick look at the Reddit, because you guys have been figuring some stuff out with the new Illuminates and the new Warbond accessories and so much more, and we've got a video coming up later on with the best weapons to actually utilize against the Illuminates, as we've been streaming the game live on the channel, by the way. We're probably live right now, go and check it out. And we've been trying out a load of the new weapons and how it works and what it is that's the best methods. Well, apparently the melee weapons may well be a lot better than you think, as this one right here states Smackdown from Downtown. down. And this looks absolutely insane as somebody actually jumps on top of one of the striders and smashes the living life out of it. This is hilarious to witness, and this is definitely going to be doable. So go ahead and get your batons and go and bash in some Illuminate brains. Nonetheless, though, there seems to be quite a bit more with talks to that, because apparently a weak spot has now been found. A lot of you guys will be aiming for the eye. It is pretty much like the go-to. I've been shooting for the eye for most of yesterday, although we have now figured out that the vulnerability sector is in the joints of the legs. So this is going to be the quickest way to take these things out when you're using your quasars or your EATs, or using something that is going to be able to have a bit more targeting, such as a commando. You guys are going to be able to take this thing out quite heavily by aiming for the joints on the legs, as that is the weak spot, which actually makes a lot of sense when you start looking at the structure of these things. So when you are going to attack these, make sure you hit that vulnerability spot. For those of you guys who didn't know, that is going to take the leg out, and they're going to crumble to next week. But until this point comes where we know what it is that is best to utilize, just have some fun with it, and it seems like a lot of you guys are. Try not to look too deep into what stratagems are going to operate the best. This right here states how it feels building loadouts for the Illuminate, and yesterday we trialed out so many different weapons, so many different stratagems. We, for the first time, have had some incredible loadouts, including mines with turrets, and I can only speak for myself and the players that I was playing with yesterday, but we had a lot of fun testing out new loadouts and trialing weapons that we've not really used for such a long time. The only thing I will say is that a high RPM standardized weapon such as the machine gun or something along those lines will help you out quite greatly with taking out the Illuminate shielding. After that point, everything else is on you guys to figure out what it is that you want to use to be able to actually take them down. There's so much fun that can be made out of this, so let's go ahead and enjoy it. Now, unfortunately, at this point in the video, we are going to be going into leak territory, as Iron Sights has been absolutely bashing inside of those in-game files, and even though we've got loads of new armor sets and stuff to boot already, we seem to have 2 new pieces that we want to showcase here for you today based on what Iron Sights has found. So if you don't want to get involved with this is the point of the video where you do want to leave. If you do leave, thank you so much, and make sure you jump into the live stream. We are live right now. Nonetheless, let's check out what it is that Iron Sights has found inside of the game files. Now, the first piece of armor right here looks, well, absolutely terrifying. This is the AC2 Obedient armor set, and this has a really weird look to it, as it's got sort of like a weird shaped head, but it has the acclimated armor passive, which provides 50% resistance to fire, gas, acid, and electrical damage, which is pretty much like a full resistance armor set. And as weird as this is, I kind of don't want it. I think it kind of eradicates all the other armor sets that do have like resistance to everything else, so I don't really know why they would make that the case. You sort of eradicate most of the others, and a 50% resistance is quite a lot. Now, obviously, it's not as much of a resistance as we have for the individuals, as I know they run up to like 90%, and there will be certain situations, but as an overall, whacking this on would avoid you having to actually think about it. As well as this one right here, which is the AC1 Dutiful armor set, which is probably one of my favorites. It takes me back to my Top Gun days, where this thing looks absolutely incredible, and the gas mask that attaches to the bag on the front just looks absolutely delightful to look at. So for me, those armor pieces are probably going to be inside of the next war bond that we receive, maybe not until end of January, beginning of February at this point, which again I'm completely happy with, and I think they've done an incredible job up until this point. But yeah, they are there as well. And taking a look through your top comments, as you guys had a lot to say, and I have to actually agree with absolutely all of them. This first one right here states, I cannot believe we were all just dunking on the devs and then they shut us all up with the freaking Illuminate. Now, yeah, I've got to agree with you there. I think that actually we spent a lot of time, myself included, and myself massively, stating that they were probably not doing very much and they were failing us as a community. And again, I completely take it back. I hold my hands up, and I was so wrong in that statement, as they have actually done the best that they possibly could for the game and given it a complete revitalization. This next one right here states, Cloud, literally a few days ago, I doubt we'll be getting anything from the Illuminate this year. A few days later, I unlocked all the stratagems gems in the new Illuminate Warbond. Lol, gotta love Murphy. Now, a lot of you guys have been saying in the comment section that maybe I actually knew they were coming. I can clearly solidify that I definitely had no idea that they were coming. For those of you guys who think that we all speak to the developers inside of this company, this is probably one of the only companies that do not do that really, per se. You may get the odd reply from Shams or the odd reply from Peterstead, but my only real connection was with Twinbeard, who is now obviously away from the company, and even then, he didn't really give anything away with regards to the game itself. He was just a really nice guy. So, no, we're not in communications with the developers with getting insight of things before they actually happen. They are not that sort of development team. They will not spoil it. Nonetheless, this next one right here states, was shocked when I saw that out now in the trailer. And yeah, it seems that even though it was a movement inside of the Game Awards, they definitely created the biggest stir inside of the Game Awards for me. I think this is absolutely incredible, and they've done such an amazing job, and I think that we really should give them as much credit as possible, and hopefully they have a really bright future. Nonetheless, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and come and join the stream. We are live on the channel. We'll be live at some point anyway if we're not live right now. Make sure you got the notifications turned on. Thanks again for watching, guys. As always, I'll see you in the clouds.